and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Maria and I do nail videos. Now in this video I have gone in with an infill. The set that you see me remove right now, it should be in one of my other videos. I'll pop it on the one of those links above. It's not a link, it's yeah, I'll just link it above in the right side corner of the screen where you can go and check out how I created this. The main purpose of this video is to get some inspiration, some education, and some tricks and tips that I use along my path towards this passion of mine, which is of course nails. And I hope this inspires you to continue, never give up, and keep on doing what you're doing. You're doing great, I'm sure. And with some tips and tricks from me, I'm sure you're gonna nail it straight off. So as if you haven't watched the previous video, then you should, because I was quite scared as to what is going to happen with these crystals on her nails, if they're going to last as long as they did. I was shocked to see her 3.5 weeks later with these on, and trust me, I have struggled so much to remove them. At one point I got the electric file to help because I just could not do it. So you'll see me here literally getting the electric file. It was just that stuck on, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing, because then I know for sure that my client is not going to lose a gem anywhere. Right, so the process is simple. Remove the excess gel. It's an infill, so I am removing about, I'll say 90% of the gel, and just to make sure that my client's natural nails are nice and healthy, no lifting in the middle or anywhere. You know, it's always good to check. And my main priority is my client's natural nails. So the design, the art, the gels, everything that I use are a very high quality. A lot of training and hard work has gone into this. It is one of my passions, but the most important thing and my main focus when I do someone's nails is to make sure that their natural nails are strong, healthy, and obviously growing in that direction. As you can see, while I'm filing everything off, there's literally no lifting whatsoever. The next step that I'm doing, I'm pushing back the cuticles, making a little bit of a pocket between the cuticle and the nail, so it's an easy access for me to come in with my e-file. Because with the e-file, we all know, if you don't, then you should know that we go in circular motions from the middle of the nail to the left, in circular motion upwards towards the cuticle, not the nail. So we are not filing the nail when we file the cuticles, all right? We kind of just go in circular motions, up and down motions, to remove the dead skin that is attached to the nail, and that way it is a very easy way to remove it. And obviously we allow the growth of the natural nail to come in with no interference from that. Here's me shaping the nails. My client wanted them a little bit smaller, because next week she's going on holiday, and obviously we are going to do a whole new set. And she said, you know what, by the time I go on holiday, my nails are going to be long again. And yeah, I prefer to have them shortened a little bit. Now as you may see on her nails, she does have some ridges in her natural nail, but that has not caused any lifting, has not caused any problems with the gel whatsoever. It is all good, which is really pleasing to me. I was very ecstatic to see, because I do have clients that are struggling a little bit due to the fact they've got ridges in their nails. And when I buff the nail, the natural nail, obviously I mostly buff the ridges, and then I kind of stop, because I don't want to buff the natural nail a little bit too much, because, well, that is not healthy, and we don't want to cause any thinness or other issues that may occur with time. So yeah, that's the step I'm doing at the moment, just buffing the natural nail, making sure that it is not just a natural nail, because you can see over there we still have some gel overlay, and I'm okay with that. It's a milky white that we used in the previous video, and we are coming in with brown gel this time. So I am not concerned about the milky white, as it won't see through that, and the client was more than happy to continue as it was. Excuse me. Right, so that's almost done. How is everyone keeping? How is your clients, if you've got clients? How are your nails if you're just looking for inspiration? How is you in general? I'd love to know. I am interested in learning more and more about my viewers, and I'd love to get to know all of you, or as many as possible, because these videos are dedicated to you, the person on the other side of the screen, where whether she struggles with lifting or whether she's just starting out. I am here to help, so don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. So as I previously mentioned, the process of doing the cuticles, so you need a flame bit, we call it, or a teardrop kind of. So we go from half the nail towards the left in a circular motion, and mostly upwards towards the cuticles rather than on the nail. So keep that in mind when you do practice, or when you do the set, your own nails or someone else's nails. Go upwards on your cuticles, not downwards, and obviously no pressure needed. There's no pressure needed. The RPMs I've got on my electric file is about maximum 14. My electric file can go up to 35,000 RPMs, but for my cuticles I use a maximum of 14. Now if the cuticles are really frail, I normally go lower, or unfortunately I cannot go at all. I did have a one-time client, not one time, it was a first-time client. She came for the first time, and she was feeling burn, and she said that she had some bad experiences with nail techs before, and so I decided to just push her cuticles backwards, just to make sure that we protecting the natural nail until some time passes and the whole system kind of gets stronger on its own. And obviously the massages, I always do the massages at the end of each client, and the reason for that is obviously because I have seen a great improvement in the nail growth. I've seen great improvement in my clients' lifting, so there's literally close to none, as you can see here, proof there's literally close to no lifting whatsoever. And I do believe it's got a lot to do with how you do every one of these steps. Okay, so this part is, I went from the middle to the right side of the cuticle, the nail, and then I'm going upwards motion, pushing against the cuticle, pushing it upwards, helping me lift it up, and that will be just a great way for me to cut off that dead skin using this method. If you have not tried this method, I suggest you give it a go. It's a lifesaver, a game changer, and you really, if you're new to the cuticle bits, you know, cutting them off and everything, and you're a bit frightened, I think this is going to change the game for you, because you have no chance of cutting the client's the client's, live skin, because you're already pushing the dead skin upwards, so you know exactly where you need to cut. You're not guessing, you're not doing any of that. So this is the dry Russian manicure is called, and I prefer this over everything else because, one, it keeps my clients' natural nails dehydrated and dry, because that's what we need when we apply gels. We need no oils on her natural nail. Now if I put softeners on to cut off the cuticle, then I have to do a lot of extra steps to re-dehydrate the natural nail again, and I have done that before, and for me, unfortunately, it wasn't as good as this, because I did have clients with lifting, and this has worked for me. So good luck to you if you're going to do this. I'm pretty sure you're going to get great results, and if you do, I'd love to know. Right, so Now I am coming in with a disinfectant spray and a dehydrator. Oh, no, I'm not. Excuse me. Word. Oh, never mind. Right, I'm cutting off the cuticles now. I forgot I've only lifted them up, and now I'm cutting them off. So you can see how easy it is because I've like sort of pushed them upwards. I don't need to go under or in between the cuticle and the nail because it is literally up there for me. So all I need to do is keep my my cuticle scissors straight, and just go with it. That's it. And of course, with cuticle scissors, they are a little bit bendy at the edge, so you don't poke your client. So if you were ever scared to get cuticle scissors because you're gonna poke, well, these ones, they are a little bit curvy upwards in a way, yeah, which helps a lot with not, you know, causing some problems. We don't want to cause any problems. But anyway, everything is disinfected, is very hygienic, safe, and please don't reuse the same products, the same utensils, the same tools that you've used for one client. Do not use for the next client. There has been so many infections happening from people who have gone to salons because it's, well, you know how it is. A salon is a walk-in center. I'm not saying all of them are, but from the clients that I have and their experiences, I do not have a very good, positive way of expressing the sadness and disappointment that they've come to me with because of them. And all I am saying is, please make sure you look after your utensils and everything, because we don't want to cause any problems. I think that's the reason why clients do choose to go private. Like, I'm pretty sure private probably has £5-10 or $5-10, I don't know where you're watching me from, a bit extra on top, but they do a lot of extra steps. They do look after that client 110% more than they would be getting from a nail salon, which is mostly a walk-in service, unless there's nail salons with appointments only. Obviously that would categorize as a private nail salon, and I would love to go to one of those, to be honest, because I have not seen one just yet in my area. So yeah, if you know any private nail salons that goes by booking only and you've been treated very, very nicely and cared for extremely well, I'd like to know. Okay, my next step right now is, obviously I spoke through the prep, prime, and now I'm gonna go back to base. So what I do is I put a little blob of base on all the nails, and then I come in with this beautiful, amazing brush. I believe it's a number 6 brush. It's a little bit on the longer side. The bristles are a bit longer, so you can use this for polygels or acrygels as well. But I prefer to use it for, literally blending in my base gel very, 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 very good and well to the natural nail. And the reason I do it quite thinly is because I saw that when I do it thick, I do get experience lifting. So we only learn through experiences, and the reasons why I do what I do at the moment and the steps that I take is because I've learned from my mistakes. And if you do put a thicker coat on and you do have some lifting occur, as I said, every client is different. Some clients may accept it, others may not. Try this tactic and do a thin layer instead and see the difference. It's all about experimenting with your client's health and making sure that you can get them on the other side with no lifting and no problems whatsoever. Now I have arrived to the process of applying the builder gel. There's a couple of ways you can apply the builder gel, but the best one that I found was to first and foremost add a very, very thin slip layer, and then coming in with with your blob of gel. So as you can see here, I'm applying the slip layer very well on the edges, next to the near the cuticles. Obviously we're not touching the cuticles. And then I'm coming in with one bead of gel and swirling it around, and what happens is the first layer of gel that I've applied is guiding this layer, this blob over here. It is helping me guide it in the right place, and this is minimal work from my end, and also minimum filing and buffing, sort of shaping, if you call it that. And this has saved me a lot of time. It used to take me, and I'll be very honest, about between 3 to 4 hours to do a full set. And now it's taking me about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 40 minutes, but that includes the design. So my designs can be simple or they can be quite intricate and more detailed, but it does not take me more than 2 hours or 2.5 hours, let's say, if it's really, really intricate. But the application process, about an hour and 10 minutes, and I am done. And that includes the removal of the old set. So what, you know, it does add into it. I suppose it's all about taking the time to learn and practice is very important. Now I don't do this throughout, but the last 2 nails you're going to see after these ones, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do both of them at the same time. So the reason I chose to do that is because my gel was not as runny as it would normally be. So because it's a little bit colder outside, my gel is a little bit harder. So the consistency is not as runny as it would be. So that allowed me more time, and then I was able to do 2 nails at the same time. I think normally it would take me 1 minute per nail, and this literally took me about 1 minute 20 seconds for 2 nails. So I'll show you that right after I finish this one. Right, so the first step is obviously put my slip layer down on both nails. It's very important to have that, you have them both ready with the slip layer. And the reason for that is as soon as you put your blob of gel on one nail, you don't need to go to all sides of the nail. Most important bit is make sure the cuticles are okay, and then glide it down towards the middle and leave it like that. You don't need to get close to the edges of your natural nail, the edges of the nail, because you're going to come back later after you've applied your second ball to your second nail. So this is me applying my second nail, and then I'm going to leave that, or no, I'm going to finish this. No, what am I doing? Do I know what I'm doing? Yeah. So I left that nail and I came to the first one, and obviously helping the gel, guiding it where it should go. And that's it, all done. See, that was a quick one, very quick. I know it's speedy, but trust me, it did not take more than 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I was very happy with that. You know, you just gotta know the gel, know and learn your gel. The more you use it, the more you understand it. And during summertime, if the gel's too runny, you can pop it in the fridge for a couple of minutes and it will, you know, get a little bit thicker. You know, I don't know the terms for it. But anyway, showing you again the same step as I did last time. And then I'm pretty sure I'm just going to start buffing the gel, giving it form again, because we don't want it too thick and we don't want it all bulky. We want to make sure that the gel is applied thinly around the cuticle, and there's a tactic to find out if it's thick, too thick, and that's using your own nail and going from the cuticle towards your the gel. So from a swiping motion, like up and down motion from the cuticle down to the gel, and if you see that it's literally flashed with your natural nail, then you're good to go. That's perfect. If you feel like there's a little bump there, I suggest you keep buffing that area, filing a little bit on that area over there. That is great for keeping lifting out of your way for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna let you watch this part and the filing part, as it's, well, I don't know if it's, you know what, I'll come back to the filing. 1 second. Right, so here I am back again, removing the tacky layer, and then I'm starting with my filing. As you probably have been aware, I have not added a lot of gel because it is the client's natural nails, and what we want to do is build structure and strength rather than, building a nail, which requires more gel, right? Because it does need that structure, that protection. So my filing routine goes from left to right. Because it's gel, you can go in the same place, file in the same area more than once. I always touch, so I feel how much more do I need to file with my thumb. As you can see, even though I sped this up, you can see my thumb going through quite a lot, through on like touching the gel, just to make sure that there's no lumps and bumps, and it also is quite on the same level. Everything, we want everything to be on the same level, of course. So it's not that, I can't just buff it. I can, but as I mentioned before, we need to make sure that the gel is flashed with the natural nail on the side of like where the cuticles are. So the most important thing is buffing that area really well. So I'm using a 180 grit file to do that, and yeah, as you can see, I'm always touching with my thumb, because that's the only way I am certain. I think I just got used to being like that, touching it to make sure I get a good feel of it, because if I get a good feel of it, my client will get a good feel of it. If I've got nail biters, so what that means is if they feel like there's anything rigidity, or there's some clients of mine who do not like 3D nail art or 2D nail art because it feels like there's ridges on the nail, and then she will probably most likely bite it off. The temptation is quite high for them. So me doing this process and touching the natural nail allows me to understand sort of what my client will or will not do. And also obviously checking to make sure that it's finely buffed and shaped the way we like it. So that's the buffing thing. Now the next step is coming shortly. This buffing thing is not buffing, it's filing. So got rid of the dust, buffed a little bit around the surface. I use a pink buffer, and now I'm coming in with my blooming gel, very, very thin. And as you can see, just below under my my hand, you can see over there I've prepared my gels. And I'm coming in with my ombre brush and scooping up all 4 of those layers that you see there. I'm scooping them all up and then spreading them thinly. They're not that thin, to be fair. And being the first hand, I've realized something about my work. With the first nail that I do my art with, or I apply the gel to, I always end up adding a little bit more than I should. But then that's it. It's just the first nail, and after that I'm good to go, because I think I learn, okay, I think I've put too much, so next one I'm gonna put less, kind of like that. So you're gonna see here in a little while how I am trying to remove some of the extras, because it is a blooming gel, so it will keep on spreading it. And so I'm gonna, there you go, I am doing it with my finger, but then I realized there's quite a lot, so let me grab a lint-free wipe and do that, and then pop it in the lamp as quickly as, so it doesn't get, it doesn't run even more. So this is the second nail on the opposite hand. Obviously, while that cures in the lamp, I'll do the opposite hand. So it's a very good practice, and yeah, this is, I think, the same process, just going from a different angle, grabbing the colors sort of diagonally and spreading them everywhere. Okay, I'll let you watch this with some nice music in the background, and if there's anything you wish to ask, please go ahead and comment down below. I will answer all your questions, more than happy to. Right. Right guys, so in this part I am going to do a French. This is one of the methods that I use to do French. It's quite simple, but then there's so many other ways to do French. You can get a stamping, well, you can get a stamper and put the gel color on it and then just push it onto the nail, and it literally gives you the really nice French like that. And you just have to go sort of in the corners if you want it a long French or a short French. But anyway, this is the way I'm doing it at the moment because my kids decided to rip my stampers up. Yes, real life, what can I say? Yeah, so just perfecting the French over here. I am using a very thin brush, liner brush to do this. This up to this point was one of my favorites and I've been using for years. I can't even remember where I bought it from. I have no clue, but I did find something really weird. I mean, weird to me. In Lidl. So we've got Lidl in UK, and they had this set of brushes, and I said, what the hell, let me try it and see how it goes. And I think I've just found the perfect brush for me. I cannot believe the liner brush that they have. It is absolutely amazing, and it beats the one that I'm using right now, which is close to impossible for me, because throughout my years, I think I've had that brush for at least 6 years, and I've looked after it like, I don't know how to explain that. I've looked after it so well because I couldn't find another one that I could replace it with until now. So yay, I found it, and you're gonna see it in my next video, and I can't wait. I'm really excited. But here it is. That's my French. And then the other two nails are going to be full color of this really strong pink. She wanted to go strong pink, and guess what? I am gonna do my next video will be of an infill of this set, so that's gonna be great. Oh no, she going, oh god, sorry, that was my mistake. See, I've recorded this a while ago, well, literally 3 weeks ago, because I've just done her set today. No, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I've done her infill set today, and I completely forgot the color pattern she had on. But yeah, she had this color, and it's from Glitterbells, and it's called, oh, let me find it. I believe it's called Looking Sharp. Yeah, Looking Sharp it is. And yeah, it's HEMA free, and I love this beautiful shade, and she loved it too. That's why she went for it. It's one of the new collections that I've literally purchased when I went to London Excel's beauty exhibition, and a couple of other things that, for example, the blooming gel, I got it from there too, and I'm very happy with it. It's from Glitterbells as well, and it was quite cheap, to be honest, compared to the normal prices. So I believe they've done about, I don't know, 50% off, because if I'm not mistaken, I got this for £12 and it's 17 mil, and I'm pretty sure the normal price would be anywhere between £19 to £22, £24, something of that sort, because it's quite a big quantity. So yeah, I don't know what you guys are watching me from, but do you have Glitterbells in your area, in your country, or what kind of companies do you work with? What kind of companies and brands are there in your area? I'd really like to know. And what would you recommend? I'd really like to try. I love trying new things, and I only stick to the best ones. So if you have anything in mind, let me know down below, and I'm definitely going to search for it, and hopefully we can find it in UK. Excuse me. I do have brands from Germany, Romania, America, and I also have brands from UK. If you guys remember Nio Nails, I have not purchased from them since Kirsty Mickens left. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dying to buy Kirsty Mickens products. If you don't know Kirsty Mickens, she's a YouTube superstar. I love her. I've been watching her videos for years. I think since I started doing, or before I even started doing nails, I've been watching her. So that's over 9 years, I think. Over that for sure. Yeah, so this is my second coat showing you on screen, and obviously I used a tiny detailer brush to cover the cuticles area, because obviously this literally saves me on any lifting. So doing this step has proven to help on the lifting issues. So I think, yeah, I'm not changing that tactic because, well, until it goes wrong, it has not gone wrong so far, and it it looks absolutely amazing. I had a fluff, I had to remove that. Sorry. Yeah, it looks clean and spot on, and yeah, I'm always going to use that tactic. The small detailer brush, liner brush, it is very, very good for the cuticle area. If even if you're a bit shaky, if you practice, you will get better, because shakes do go away with practice. Saying that, I still get some shakes here and there, but that's totally normal because I drink more coffee than I eat. That's not a good thing. I'm sure it's not, but yeah. Anyway, we are close to the end, and I'm going to show you the massage that I do for my clients, the products I use, and yeah, yep, those are my kids going crazy. That's all right. We love them. Right. So this is the part that we're doing the massage. Obviously, going in thoroughly. We add pressure where we need to. We don't add pressure where we don't need to. We kind of feel the hand and see where there's strain, or the muscles are a little bit on the what do you call it, like tense sides. Like if they're tense or anything, you feel it while you do the massage, and then you know what to do. But yeah, we do that, and my clients love it. They come for this, they love this, and they don't want to go home without it. So this is what I do every single time to all of my clients, unless they're in a hurry and we haven't got, or she doesn't have the time to get it done. But I do have about 2 clients who will book off at least 5-6 hours of their days, even though I only take about 2 for that specific massage. So yeah, so they're very pleased with it, and I have seen a lot of improvement in my clients. So from when I started, it's almost been, in May it will be 1 year since I started doing nails to clients in the area that I moved. And I don't have a lot of clients. I've only got about 12 to 13, but I am so grateful that I have these clients. We get along so well, and I think that the clients that chose me and I have searched for are ideal to me, because I don't want just a client to come around, well, I want this pretty set and that's it. I want my clients to come, the clients that come to me are the ones that really do appreciate the natural nail, and they have issues or not, and they want to keep them strong, they want to keep them healthy, and they want to keep them growing in the same pace. So that's why most of my clients have come to me, and I have clients that have come to me regularly every 3 weeks for the past almost year. So it's 10 months. Yeah, 10 months now. And they are not giving up. They have seen the results for themselves, and they are stuck on, amazingly pleased and amazingly happy with my work. And I'm so grateful to have met these women, these lovely women, because God, it's nice. Anyway, these are the results, and I've been blabbering again, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. Everything is free, and I do this for you guys. So thank you. Bye.